Bowlers, bowlers, and more bowlers. What's up guys, it's Maxwell, back with the next troop guide for Clash of Clans, and today it's all about the bowler. Now I know a lot of you probably remember these days with these types of armies when spamming bowlers in multiplayer was all we were seeing all day long. Those days are over, but bowlers still see quite some use inside the game. Today we are going to take a look at the different areas where bowlers are being used, and that's actually quite a few, so I've decided to split this video up into several parts. First up, we're going to take a look at the troop itself, the bowler. Then we're going to talk about the purpose of the bowler, aka how to use it. Then we are going to check out the different attack strategies that the bowler is used in. We're going to check out the correct use of the bowler with an example for bad funneling of bowlers and the example of better funneling for bowlers. And last but not least, we are going to check out the things that you need to watch out for when you're using bowlers. And for the end of this video, I'm going to do two more things. I'm going to call my two best current meta attacks using bowlers. Plus, in the end, we are definitely going to have to take this troll army, go to multiplayer and vomit it on the max Town Hall 11 and see what we can do with it. So without further ado, let's get into the troop guide and start right off with the bowler's stats. So the bowler first unlocks at Town Hall 10. Right here you can see the stats of a maxed bowler on my Town Hall 11 account. It does 85 damage per second, so that's quite a lot. Has 350 hit points, so it's relatively squishy. The training cost doesn't really matter. That costs a lot of Dark Elixir, so you probably don't want to farm with mass bowlers. Training time is okay at 1 minute, but once again, that doesn't really matter either for us today. The housing space is 6 housing space, so it's quite an investment. So you want to keep your bowlers used as best as possible. You are investing quite a bit of house space into the bowler, so you want to make sure that you really need those guys. For example, sometimes if you're only funneling outside buildings, you can maybe use a wizard that is of course only 4 troop space. Although the bowler locks at Town Hall 10, it is seeing some use at Town Hall 9 and Town Hall 8 also. Oftentimes you can see the Town Hall 8 in go boho attacks, where you're using 2 golems and then bowlers to destroy the core of a base. At Town Hall 9 it obviously also sees some use, oftentimes coupled with bowlers. And at Town Hall 10 and 11 it sees a lot of use because you can train bowlers yourself. You can funnel with bowlers at Town Hall 10 and 11. We are going to take a look at examples for that, of course, a little bit later in the video. So all the way from Town Hall 8 to Town Hall 11, the bowler is being used, and it's probably one of the most used troops inside the game right now. For the purpose of the bowler, or the way to use it, it's only used on offense because it's not a very good defensive troop. It is relatively slow and it cannot target air troops. On offense it can be used 2 different ways. So it can either be used for funneling, as I already mentioned, whenever you want to do the bowler trick with funneling. I'm going to show that in a moment. Or it is used to push into a base and destroy an area with hopefully defenses or trash buildings that are bunched closely together, because the bowler is quite good at doing that. We are going to check out some attacks with the bowler later where it pushes into a base, but for funneling I'm going to show you that right now in a friendly challenge. Okay guys, we are in the friendly challenge. Let's check out how you can use the bowler for funneling. So the bowler actually has a pretty cool dynamic with which you can funnel 2 buildings at the same time. So in this case you can see that I can funnel the Dark Elixir drill and the mortar. Of course you always want to pick buildings where the initial building, like the Dark Elixir drill in this case, has more or the same HP as the mortar. So for example, you can also, and now the fun has been created, I could, so for example, place my king over here now, and the king would have to walk up because the bottom side has been funneled, which would otherwise be tough and take a lot more troop space than 6. You can also funnel buildings that are on the inside. So in this case, for example, I can use my golem to tank, and then I can use 1 bowler over here, which is going to be able to funnel the archer tower. So as you can see, the bowler is going to take down this building around the inside, which would otherwise also be more expensive to funnel and a lot more difficult. So you can see the bowler took down that archer tower that was right behind the gold mine. You always want to check if what you're doing is actually going to work out. I'm going to show you how right now. Okay guys, so this is the same base that we just attacked, and whenever you are in scout mode you can of course check the HP of buildings. So for example, we can see that this Dark Elixir drill has 1160 hit points. This mortar right here has 650 hit points. That means that we can use the bowler trick on these two buildings, as you already saw in the footage that I just showed. Over here we can also check that the gold mine has 960 hit points. Archer Tower has 890, so the bowler trick is going to work over here. And that was the bowler and funneling. Up next we are going to check out the different bowler attack strategies and how to use the bowler pushing into a base. The first attack strategy we are going to look at is the Go Bow Ho attack strategy, using golems, bowlers and hawks. In this case you can see Heisenberg has brought 4 golems, 10 hawks, and the clan castle obviously has bowlers. Since he is a Town Hall 9, he cannot train bowlers himself, but Town Hall 9s are using bowlers quite a bit. So first we are going to start off with the funnel, and it's very important to create a very good funnel for your bowlers, because bowlers are one of the most difficult troops to funnel inside the game, maybe even the most difficult, maybe even more difficult than the Archer Queen. So you can see, take a look at how many troops he has used for funneling. He has used 2 golems so far and about 10 wizards just for funneling his bowlers, because it's so important to make your bowlers go the right way. We're going to talk about the bowler funneling and the good and the bad example later in the video again as well, but for now just notice how many bowlers he's used to funnel. Okay, up next he has 3 golems that are still tanking in now. Since the funnel has been created, his bowlers are coming in. They're going to go straight towards the middle of the space, and they are going to destroy the wizard tower farm that is of course very dangerous for his hawk riders, and then he's going to be good to go to snipe off the remaining defenses with hawk riders. So the goal of this Go Boho attack strategy is to have a very heavy kill squad that just pushes its way towards the middle of the base, through the middle of the base, and then allows you to just snipe off the defenses that are still left standing after that with hawk riders, for example, in this case. Now you can also use this attack strategy as the low go bowl, or go bowl low if you want to do that. That means that you are not using hawks but balloons as the backend of the attack. So the backend is always the troops that are coming in late, like in this case, and sniping off defenses. However, we don't see, I actually looked at about 80 Town Hall 9 attacks today and tried to find a go bow low attack, or a low go bowl attack. Snip likes to call it. I actually think that's a pretty cool name, but we see a lot of bases that are gearing against Laloon attacks, and with that they are also gearing against Go Bolo attacks, because you see a lot of air defenses towards the outside, and whenever you have air defenses near the outside, that's not a good idea to go at those bases with a Go Bow Low attack. So we're seeing a lot more Go Bow Ho than Go Bow Low in the current meta, so Go Bow Low would not be an attack strategy you would use very often in this meta. The next attack strategy we are looking at is Go Bow Laloon. Now this attack is cool for 2 reasons. First, because you're going to see a pretty good example of funneling on this one, and also because the bowlers are going to push into this base very nicely. So the army composition for this one is 1 golem, he has a lava mountain in the clan castle for this attack, 1 golem and 8 bowlers, which is about the standard army you are going to see with a Go Bow Laloon attack at Town Hall 10 or 11. 22 balloons are plenty to kill the rest of the space. So as you can see, another nice funneling example over here. The bowler is able to take out both gold mines, which would otherwise take more troop space or be more difficult. You can see the gold storage obviously has more HP than the archer tower behind, so it's very easy to kill that archer tower behind with 2 bowlers onto the gold storage. He used 2 bowlers just to be a bit quicker to make sure the queen was going to go into the right direction. Up next, he's going to use an entry jump spell right there, and then he still has 5 bowlers left along with the one that went towards the middle anyways. And now his kill squad is pushing into the middle of this base, and you want to use the Go Bow Laloon attack in this case whenever it is possible to kill the queen and 1 inferno tower and 1 air defense with your attack, and also kill the clan castle. Now this clan castle has Valkyries and a baby dragon, so that is a good clan castle to go at with the Go Bow opener and then the Laloon attack, because you can destroy that clan castle with a poison spell and your golem bowlers and your heroes. Whenever there's a lava hound in a clan castle, you probably will not do the Go Bow Laloon that often, or you will use your queen differently, but in this case you can push into the middle of the base with the golems, the golem, the bowlers, and both heroes, and after that he's gonna destroy the rest of the space with an Laloon attack. We are gonna 4x through that because this video is about bowlers, not so much about Laloon, but it was a very nice attack, and it was a 10 versus 10 3-star right here. So yeah, this was Go Bow Laloon, which is the second, or actually the third attack strategy we are taking a look at today that of course uses bowlers. And up next is gonna be Bow Laloon, which is a variation of this attack strategy. This right here is the Bow Laloon strategy, so it's pretty similar to the Go Bow Laloon as I already mentioned, but in this case you are not using bowlers. For this base the clan castle has a lava hound, so that's why the archer queen is gonna be suicided around 9 o'clock here, just to create one half of the funnel. As you can see, the Grand Warden is creating the other half of the funnel, and he's gonna join up with the kill squad after. The purpose of the kill squad in this case is to get one air defense out of the way, get the Inferno Tower out of the way, and get the Archer Queen out of the way. Now, if there were different troops than a Lava Hound and a Clan Castle, you would take the Queen to the core as well, and have her destroy the Clan Castle, but in this case, she's gonna die on purpose to the King. So as you can see, now the funnel has been created. The bowlers are gonna have pretty much nowhere to go but in. The enemy King is also gonna help draw them in. So yeah, they are gonna kill the Dark Spell Factory, gonna lock onto the gold storage next, and then take a look. Once they take down the gold storage, the Inferno Tower or that gold storage over here is going to be the next closest building, and either way they are probably going to step in. So there goes a rage spell. The bowlers have all taken a jump spell. A couple are targeting the Inferno Tower, a couple are targeting the gold storage. Lava Hound has come out at this point, which is of course no worry for the bowlers and the king, because they don't care about the Lava Hound. The giant bomb goes off, and there goes the Grand Warden ability, able to save all the bowlers from the giant bomb. So as I already mentioned, Inferno Tower, giant bomb, two of the main threats to bowler attacks. And with the new heroes with level 45, oftentimes the king is so strong and tanky that you don't even need a golem. So in this case, not a very deep push into the base, but got one air defense, one Inferno Tower out of the way. Enemy queen is gonna get bowled over, as well as an air sweeper and an air targeting expo as well, I think. It's actually not quite going to go down, but some nice value, and didn't want to make a deeper push for this base. Laloon is coming in now, and yeah, that's what you can also do if you only want to do a little push into a base. You can drop the golem, get some more balloons to yeah, have the overpowering balloons at this point in time heavier in your attack. And that's pretty much the Bow Laloon strategy. So just a little variation, a little switch from the Go Bow Laloon. Another very common bowler attack strategy right now is the Bewitch attack. So this is an attack that mainly Town Hall 11s use to attack Town Hall 10s. Sometimes Town Hall 10s also use it to attack Town Hall 10s, but most of the time we see Town Hall 11s attacking Town Hall 10s with it. So in this attack strategy, Stevo, who's one of the masters of this attack strategy, has brought 16 bowlers, 9 witches, and 2 golems to attack this base. It's a little bit similar to the Go Wee Wee attack strategy that we saw earlier inside of Clash of Clans, but right now it's not existent anymore. So with this attack strategy, you are actually planning on a funnel fail. So you're making troops go around the outside on purpose, and it works well on bases like this one where you don't have splash damage around the outside. So take a look. There's no wizard tower or mortar inside around the outside for these troops walking around. There is no wizard tower or mortar around the outside inside for these witches walking around. The main pack of the troops that are pushing through the core is being tanked for by 2 golems, and of course the level 45 king, which is also doing work. There goes the warden ability, by the way. And the witches, with spawning all the skeletons, are just keeping everything busy, and that's why the bowlers can put out so much damage. So we already talked about how much damage the bowlers are putting out, but they are a little bit squishy. That means they can get killed by defenses pretty quickly. But take a look, this Inferno Tower is being tanked by skeletons, by the golem, all that good stuff, and the bowlers can just hang back and put out massive damage on this base. Also with rage spells, the defenses go down so quickly that the bowlers are not even in range long enough to be targeted or killed oftentimes. So as you can see, Stevo absolutely destroyed this base with the Bewitch attack. And that's probably the attacker strategy right now that uses the most amount of bowlers of any attack strategy, and it's very, very viable for Town Hall 11s attacking Town Hall 10s. So that was our 5th attack strategy, I guess. The Bewitch attack with Town Hall 11s attacking Town Hall 10s mainly, and sometimes 10s attacking 10s also. The last attack strategy we are going to look at today is the Queen Walk into a bowler kill squad. So in this case, you will be able to see that Nick is coming in right here with the queen walk. We are going to speed through that part because we don't really care about that. We care about what happens after. So the queen is creating one half of the funnel. The other half of the funnel has been created with some little troops over here. And then shortly you are going to see he's coming in with one golem over here. And then he has bowlers in the clan castle. So there goes the wizard for some more funneling. Wall breakers are going to break the wall open, and you guys know that at one point in the game the mass bowler attack with a lot of healers and a lot of bowlers was very powerful. This is sort of a new and smarter way to use it. So obviously at Town 9 you only get 5 bowlers into your clan castle, but take a look, the healers have now peeled off to the bowlers and the golem, and they are keeping them alive, and that makes for a very, very deep push that is possible into a base. So with this attack, you can oftentimes push into bases even deeper than like with the stoned, with 3 golems and no healers with the bowlers, the stoned attack strategy, because the healers just keep the bowlers alive for so long. So as you can see, the backend for this attack is Hawk Riders. It can also be balloons, once again, depending on how many air defenses are around the outside towards the end of an attack. Oftentimes we see balloons with this as well. Sometimes the healers even end up peeling off to the Hawks and healing the Hawks back up, so that's cool as well. And yeah, the queen walk into a golem bowler kill squad with some backend troops is also a very, very viable attack strategy. Most often used at Town Hall 9, sometimes also at Town Hall 10 as well. Up next, guys, I want to take a look at the good and the bad funneling example of bowlers. So, as I already mentioned, bowlers are very, very tough to funnel, and you need to pay very close attention to that. In this case, we are going to see an example of bad bowler funneling. So in this case, the bowlers are not going to go where the attacker wants them to go. So one side of the funnel is created nicely with the queen walk, but now take a look. We still have this elixir storage up right here, and that's going to be a problem because that is going to attract the bowlers to go around the outside. Now, as you can see, the king is coming in. There goes the jump spell. And there go the bowlers, and take a look at how many bowlers are going to take a hike around the outside. So at this point in time, it's logical that the next nearest building to target is going to be the elixir storage. But once that goes down, the bowlers will have stepped up to that. What is going to be the next building? It's not going to be the Inferno Tower. It's going to be this elixir storage, this army camp, and the bowlers are going to take a nice walk around the outside. So this is an example of how you don't want to funnel your bowlers, because in this case, not even a single bowler went into the base. They all went around the outside. Actually, one of those bowlers decided to go in for whatever reason, but all of those bowlers went around the outside. So that's how you don't want to funnel the bowlers. And now we are going to take a look at the good example. So in this case, we have another Go Bowler Loon attack coming, and you're going to be able to see that the bowlers in this case will have no choice but to go straight to where the attacker wants them to go. So once again, the Archer Queen is creating one half of the funnel, and then the other half of the funnel is being created by a huge amount of wizards. So you can already see at the amount of army camp space that is being dedicated to funneling on this side. Once again, he used his queen only to create the funnel on one side. On the other side, he's going to use 5 wizards actually, or 4 wizards, to create the funnel. So a huge investment, because that's just what it takes sometimes to make the bowlers go into the right direction. So right now, the bowlers, take a look once again, we're going to pause it. The bowlers have nowhere to go but into the base. This Archer Tower could be the only building that would lead them to go around, but they're gonna hit the Archer Tower at an angle from where they are coming from that they will not possibly be led around the outside, because once this Archer Tower goes down, they will have to go into the base. But it's not even gonna get to that, because the other buildings are closer and everything is gonna spell going into the base for them. So take a look. Now, as I said, they are throwing at the Archer Tower from an angle where they are not able to go around the outside. So that is an example of good bowler funneling. The bowlers are killing the queen, destroying several air defenses. That's how you want to funnel your bowlers to make them go where you want them to go. These right here are the main threats to bowlers. So giant bombs, especially double giant bombs, are very devastating once bowlers step onto them. Wizard towers are very dangerous as well. Bomb towers obviously also contain giant bombs, so you want to watch out for those exploding bomb towers. And mortars can actually also destroy your bowler attack. Yeah, so those are the 4 main threats you want to watch out for in a bowler attack, and you want to ideally keep your bowlers away from those. And by the way, I forgot something, because yeah, most obviously multi-targeting Inferno Towers are also very, very dangerous for bowlers. So you want to freeze those, and in the other cases, hopefully be able to heal the bowlers up or keep them away from those dangerous threats. Okay, we are nearing the end of the video, and as I said, I'm going to call the two attacks that in my opinion are the best bowler attacks in this current meta. So first I'm gonna have to go with the Go Boho attack. So at Town Hall 9 we see a lot of attacks with 2 or 3 golems and then bowlers and hawk riders for the back end. Obviously a lot of bases are gearing against Laloon attacks, so that's why we see a lot of hawk attacks. And golem bowlers with hawks is just a very strong attack strategy. The second one I would have to go with is still the Bewitch attack. We are seeing a lot of Bewitch attacks against Town Hall 10s. I've even seen a Town Hall 11 tripled with a Bewitch attack before. So the one that Stevo did earlier for us. Yeah, those attacks are also very common. So those would be my two choices. The Go Boho at Town Hall 9 and the Bewitch attack at Town Hall 10 and 11 are the two attacks in the current meta that are the best bowler attacks. Now that we got that out of the way, time to take this crazy army, go to multiplayer and see if we can make something happen. Alright guys, so we found this base. It's a Town Hall 11, pretty much maxed, except Inferno Towers I think and a couple of defenses. Looks pretty good to me. Let's see if we can take this base down. So I'm sort of debating how I want to attack this. I guess I want to get to the Eagle Artillery as early as possible. But yeah, so let's start off. The way you do this, I think, is with 5 bowlers and 2 healers on one side, and then maybe 6 bowlers and 2 healers on the other side, and then you just pretty much pray that it works. So it looks like the bowlers on the bottom side have actually all petered out already, so gonna have to get a couple more going over there. Let's go with King, Warden, all the rest of the bowlers, couple healers and the Queen. See if we can make our way into this space. I'm definitely not a pro at this attack strategy, but let's see if we can make something work. Looks like we are destroying it so far. Let's use the Warden ability to save the bowlers from that Inferno Tower over there. Oh great, we have a dragon and a baby dragon in the clan castle, but bowlers are going crazy inside the core. Let's use the heal spell, another jump spell over here maybe. And looks like we are gonna get a nice 2-star, and we got all the Dark Elixir, which is nice. So yeah, as I said, the bowler, I think this base, by the way, would be a base that in the older meta with the stronger bowlers, you could probably, if you were a good bowler attacker, which I'm of course not, I think you would have a chance to 3-star this base with bowlers, because the layout is actually not the best against bowlers, but obviously you don't see bowlers anymore at this point in time. So we're gonna be held to a 2-star over here if the Queen and Warden cannot pull off a miracle, but I don't have any abilities left. And there goes a giant bomb to kill the Queen, and yeah, the Warden is just gonna hang out. So let's wrap this one up right here. The mass bowler meta is definitely over, although we were able to grab some nice loot over here. And yeah, able to complete our troll attack with a 2-star. I'm happy with that. Guys, that's gonna wrap it up for the bowler guide. I hope you enjoyed the video, and until the next one, I will see you all later. Peace out.